Na waumini wote wa Kiislamu basi watakuwa ni wenye kupata al-izza wal sharaf, yani kuwa na fahari na kuwa katika kiwango cha daraja ya juu.
Turudi katika dini, mafundisho ya Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala katika Qur'ani na yale aliyotufundisha na katuongoza nayo. Kula chakula vile dini yako inavyofundisha, vaa mavazi Uislamu unavyofundisha. Yani insana al-ams as-sakini fil yas makani differently.
Today we feature individuals who had their eyes on the prize, and despite challenges coming their way, they have achieved much.
So interior designs deals with the needs and needs for persons with disabilities, issues to do with accessibility in the built environment.
I talk about accessibility, physical accessibility to buildings.
Differently. Are you looking for a brand-growing outdoor advertising with beautiful simplicity and an artistically inspired choice? Look no further. Our 40 years of credible reputation and experience will give you exceptional brand traction.
Tulikuwa tumekaa tu nyumbani na mama hapo tunatulia.
Mamako?
Mamako? Asi mamangu, manzi yangu.
Nani?
Manzi yangu.
Mke nasikia umeoa mwisho ni mdogo kushinda huyo. Sasa si wewe ndio umemwandisha hiyo tabia?
I can do it. Hata wazazi. Kwa hivyo mimi nilikufa. Kwa maisha ndugu yangu. Are you single or married?
We are located at Corner Plaza, 4th floor on Parklands Road. Take Talk. Get your brand on the talk with City Club.
Well, we're halfway through the month of November 2024. Welcome to KBC's Lunchtime News. It is a little bit chilly here in the capital. Tell us where you're watching us from. Talk to us on our social media platforms at KBC Channel 1 and at Abdiaziz Hashim 2. The sign language interpreter at the bottom end of the screen is Brian Muraru. And we start off on our coverage on matters to do with education. Education Principal Secretary, that is Bello Kipsang, has assured Kenyans that the government is on course to implement the competency-based curriculum CBC. Speaking at the Meru County Commissioner's office while supervising the opening of the examination container, PS Kipsang said that the Ministry of Education has already constructed 3,500 classrooms for grade 9 students in Phase 1, while another 7,500 classrooms are still in construction for Phase 2. The PS added by referencing 15th December, indicating all classrooms will be completed.
Colleagues in the political class, the members of National Assembly, the government gave them a conditional grant of 3.4 billion shillings through CDF. And they were requested to match for every shilling of the 3.4 billion that government gave to CDF. CDF was to give another 3.4 billion shillings. So that in total, our MPs is handling another 6.8 billion shillings, which will do for us another 7,000 classrooms. Plus our 11,000 classrooms, we intend to have done 18,000 classrooms before January.
Now, authorities in Kajiado County have seized fake seeds valued at 7 million shillings and arrested 3 suspects transporting the counterfeit onions, maize and tomato seeds in Kimana. The Kenya Plant Health Inspectorate Services, working with Loitoktok Police Station, suspects said that the seeds originated from Tanzania. The officials warned that the unverified seeds could spread plant diseases and pests, causing significant losses for farmers, and urged them to buy seeds only from authorized dealers. Police in the area, particularly along the Tarakea border, are on high alert to combat similar fraudulent activities. The suspects will be presented in court.
We want to warn farmers to be very careful about the source of the seed they are buying. Ensure that the seed you buy as a farmer has a KBC sticker, and on that sticker you can scratch and you get a number. You send that number to 1393 and you get a message back to tell you about the quality of that seed. And if there's a problem, there's a number there where you can call and let us know the problem.
Kwa wale wanapanga kuhusika na maneno kama haya, tunataka kukuambia polisi watakabiliana na nyinyi. Tuko macho na tutakabiliana na nyinyi.
Also, the Ministry of Agriculture and Livestock has attributed disease outbreak and lack of quality breeds and feeds as a major challenge facing the export of livestock in the country. Speaking during a stakeholders engagement on livestock marketing in Naivasha, the Director of Livestock, Dr. Richard Kuma, admitted that the perennial droughts and climate vagaries had eroded gains made in supporting the livestock sector. Dr. Richard, however, said the government has come up with measures such as vaccination of all livestock to address the challenges and will also build water pans to support livestock production in the country.
For animals, we cannot sell to many of the countries outside our country because of the trade-sensitive diseases. So that vaccination will give the Kenyan farmer a big mileage in terms of selling their animals to other countries, which place more restriction due to safety standards.
We have split each of
Also, the county government of Busia has signed a memorandum of understanding with the Kenyatta International Conference Centre, KICC, for international conferencing in the border county. Speaking during the launch, Busia Governor Paul Otuoma lauded the move, saying the county now stands to benefit through international investors. He reiterated that it is an opportunity to expand the county tourism sector and blue economy both locally and regionally and internationally. KICC Chief Executive Officer James Maura noted that they are committed to ensuring every part of the country grows in terms of investment through conferencing.
Futuristic, but their presence here attests to what really we need to do to be able in future to have conferences that are going to open up opportunities for our people and investment in this region. You are aware that tourism conferencing is one of the fastest growing industry, given our strategic position here at the border, whereby we have got thousands of people coming in from Eastern Central Africa, Uganda, Congo. And we're also talking about the Lake Region Economic Bloc, whereby we tend to think this will be escalated to. And you're also aware that we'll be hosting the Lake Region Economic Bloc Summit at the end of this month.
Conferences and conferencing businesses is one of the fastest growing industries. Kenya cannot afford to be left behind. Kenyatta National Conference Center has a responsibility of making sure that every part of this country grows on the same level.
The Ministry of Education has adopted inclusive education in technical vocational education and training institutes by integrating learners with special needs with other students in efforts to combat discrimination and provide equal education opportunities. TVET institutions that offer special education, however, noted that they are facing challenges in accessing assistive devices for learning.
But we are saying that we are going to integrate them. All our institutions, we are going to ensure that they can be able to give instruction to all Kenyans who come to them, irrespective of how you are, irrespective of whether you are a regular student or you are different abled.
These resources not only enhance the learning environment, but are invaluable in preparing our trainees, both regular and those with special needs, from the broader community to compete on a global stage. The opportunity to master such tools opens doors to job prospects far beyond our borders.
Makueni County has adopted policies that will see the disabled community received aid and funds to help them after a long period of neglect. Speaking during the distribution of bicycle aid to disabled in Wote, Makueni, Governor Mutula Kilonzo Jr. said that the rights of people with disability must be respected. Hope Mobility Kenya representative Michael Panther, present at the event, also confirmed that the organization's commitment to assisting the wheelchairs to the disabled across the country.
The Disability Policy 2024, we passed the Social Protection Policy 2024, and we passed something very unique called the Ultra Poor Policy 2024. Those combination of those three will put the bracket of persons living with disability or with disability squarely into the framework of social protection, because we need to be deliberate about the community that is here. We need to be deliberate about their health in terms of how they are being treated. That's one. We need to be deliberate about their employment, those who can be employed. And three, we need to be deliberate about the cash transfer, because if you have a child who has cerebral palsy, if you are a parent, it's either you employ somebody to take care of that child or you don't go to work yourself.
We want to make sure that everybody with disability that need mobility devices is able to receive a mobility devices. They will have wheelchairs, they will have hope, and they will have dignity that they deserve.
Meanwhile, Homa Bay County woman and Member of Parliament Joyce Osongo is leading a training program aimed at educating youth on road safety and the reduction of accidents in the region. Now, the initiative targets informal workers to equip them with essential skills to secure employment and support their communities. The training includes both theory and practical classes, emphasizing the importance of safe and consistent road behavior to lower accident rates and save lives.
We want to join efforts so that we reduce on road accident by creating awareness, which is one of the aspects that I'm chasing hard with NITA, so that we'll even have a program on that day so that we disseminate and create a lot of awareness on road safety and how to use our roads.
This will give opportunity to our youths, ladies and men as well, to get any opportunity of job.
A good training and quality so that they don't cause.
Now, still within the same devolved unit, a group of diabetes patients in Homa Bay County has formed an association focused on advocating for better healthcare services and addressing the challenges they face. Speaking at the Makongeni Primary School in Homa Bay Town during the World Diabetes Commemoration, the members led by Mboya Thomas Joseph expressed their commitment to improving care for those with diabetes. The county coordinator for medicine, San Frontiers, Dr. Bright Muhuna, encouraged residents to prioritize early screening for the timely detection and treatment of diabetes.
We all want the patients to come together so that we are able to influence policies, to influence the decision making, and also to support each other by providing psychosocial support at the community level and at whatever level, and even forming partnership with others that would give us the help that we require.
Tunakuwa tunaomba serikali kama inasekana watuletee huduma karibu nyumbani, hata tukitoka tunaenda tembea kwa mguu, tunaenda tunasaidiwa, alafu tunarudi nyumbani.
As cases of defilement in Busia County escalate, the Busia Senior High Court Magistrate Edna Nyaloti has expressed concerns over the porosity of the Busia-Uganda border, which allows perpetrators to escape to neighboring Uganda and avoid justice. Speaking in Busia town during the event to mark the Children National Awareness Month, Nyaloti warned perpetrators that the law will catch up with them and take its course. She also called on the United Nations High Commissioner of Refugees to intervene in the matter of refugee minors who are exploited sexually under threats of deportation.
Busia is just across the border, and as you know, this border does not have any gate that is separating Uganda and Kenya. There are many other undocumented routes to Uganda. Some of the accused persons, after they have committed defilement crimes, they also disappear to Uganda. We also have challenges of unaccompanied minors, and because they are here illegally, they are continuously defiled, and the people who defile them, they keep threatening them that if you report, we are going to have you deported.
Well, it is 15 minutes past the hour. Don't go too far, because on the other side of the break, we'll be telling you what the Kenya's AUC candidate, that is Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga, who addressed members of the Fourth Estate a while ago, had to say in terms of the country's governor. So don't go too far.
Many workers access their retirement benefits when switching jobs, unaware of the impact it has on their future. Taking out your retirement savings too soon reduces the income you will have when you retire, leaving your future less secure. Have you thought about the lifestyle or income you want to retire with? The earlier you start saving, the better. And the more you save, the more secure your future will be. Increase your savings today and live your golden years the way you've always dreamed. For more information, visit our website www.rba.go.ke, call our toll-free line 0800-720-300 or email info@rba.go.ke. Secure your future. Secure your peace of mind. RBA, safeguarding your retirement benefits.
Tulikuwa tumekaa tu nyumbani na mama hapo tunatulia.
Mamako?
Mamako? Si mamangu, manzi yangu.
Nani?
Manzi yangu.
Mke nasikia umeoa mwisho ni mdogo kushinda huyo. Sasa tu ndio umemwandisha hiyo tabia.
I can do it. Hata wazazi. Kwa hivyo mimi nilikufa kwa maisha mtoto yangu. Are you single or married?
None of them. Business. Sasa hiyo inahusika wapi na hiyo?
Unaona hata huyu utapata hapo na mtoto kidogo.
Wewe.
Hiyo ndio shida.
Wewe toka.
Wewe heshimu koti.
Wewe usimtafutie bibi.
Heshimu koti. Wewe heshimu koti. Heshimu koti.
Ngendo alikukubali amepata.
Naturally, we talk about the interference and the exchange of destiny. And I have a testimony to add to it, just to understand how sometimes relationships can be used as a gateway to either hijack, interfere, or even intercept someone's destiny.
Is that I lost my job in circumstances that I can't explain to date. And losing it is now when I came to meet this person. So he didn't have any weird behavior, but with time, that weird behavior came to be. Now I'd see it. This child was everything I had. So I remember just taking the child and just walking with my dead child out of the hospital and just walking into Thika Road. And I said, you know what, my child is dead, so I'm gonna walk into this Thika Road and nigongwe na gari.
At this location.
Ransom?
We can't do this without any violence.
After we're done with him, we can go back to being enemies, but for now, he needs to go, like immediately.
Your father told you very well.
When Alice is back, I expect you to back away from my family for good. Sawa sawa?
Fine. You went after her mother. What do you expect?
I went away with your lover, you mean?
How is my daughter?
Sikumpatia tenje.
Can I at least speak to how Kiwapa Ntamaka loudspeaker?
I think Ruth is playing me at the expense of Alice.
Why would I do that? Why?
Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. Now, the world is likely to miss the global goal to double energy efficiency by the year 2030, which is a commitment adopted at COP28 in the United Arab Emirates. This has been said by a coalition of countries, businesses and organizations attending the current COP29 in Baku, Azerbaijan. The development comes as thousands of climate change activists took to the streets in Baku to press rich nations to send more grants to the global south, which is currently feeling the heat and cold of climate change. O'Brien Kimani has more from COP29 in Baku.
We go, we go, we go, we go, we go. We go to Tanzania, we go. We go to Sudan, we go. Angola, we go.
You all the world for children. Global North government, you all the world for children.
Well, those are some of the voices permeating through here at the COP29 in the city of Baku, Azerbaijan, with the climate activists calling for more resources, more seriousness, and of course, more commitments towards dealing with the various catastrophes caused by climate change. They're calling for more than 1.3 trillion US dollars in terms of financial commitment from the global north to help the global south, which is adversely affected by climate change, deal with the climate change crisis. And the question is, will the global north listen? And if they listen, will they react?
The experience that we are getting here in Baku is not different from the feeling that we had in Marrakech in 2016 during COP22, because that is the time that the biggest climate change denier took over power. And that happened when we were in the middle of negotiations and the spirits went down. So we came to Baku again when the same climate denier in the US has come back to office. And now we are going to see US again being pulled out of the Paris Agreement. Now, if US accounts for about 20 or so % of the greenhouse gases emissions, what are we discussing? They are not on the table.
Carbon markets are for solutions and they do not work, and they just keep diverting the responsibilities from the global north to pay to the global south, who are at the forefront of climate crisis. And we are saying that the global north needs to pay for the climate funds in forms of grants, not loans.
How many more Africans will die before the world will realize that we need to act, with the urgency that we saw when we were responding to the COVID-19, where billions and billions of US dollars were actually contributed to deal with that global problem. So climate change is a global problem. It may be affecting Africa more than other continents, than other regions, but indeed, it will surely catch up with each and every one of us. And therefore, we are saying that we need to set a goal, and a goal that is informed by the felt needs of our communities on the ground.
I also managed to talk to the chair of the Environment Committee of the Council of Governors, Wilberforce Otichilo, and I asked him how are counties dealing with the climate crisis, and this is what he told me.
All our 47 counties have established climate change directorates, and to add on that, we have agreed that in our budgeting process, we must put 1 to 2% of our budget to climate change mitigation and adaptation activities. So that's what we are doing, and I'm happy to report that as Kenyans, we are far much ahead in terms of putting in place strategies and mechanisms to deal with climate change.
Wilberforce Otichilo, the chair of the Environmental Committee of the Council of Governors, here giving us his perspective on how counties are dealing with the climate crisis. And he told me that they require about 62 billion shillings every year to deal with vagaries of weather caused by climate change. We'll continue to track all the conversations here and give you daily updates, because my name is O'Brien Kimani, and we're here at the COP29 in the city of Baku, Azerbaijan. Back to you in Broadcasting House.
And in other news, Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi is urging road users to exercise extra caution and vigilance to ensure the safety of all. This comes in the wake of a grisly road accident that claimed the lives of 13 people at Iguhu Bridge along the Kisumu-Kakamega Highway. In a statement, Mudavadi underscored the importance of being vigilant while plying the roads, noting that this year has witnessed more fatalities and injuries among motorcyclists, pillion passengers and pedestrians. Between January and November, the country has lost 4,047 people compared to 3,726 during the same period last year. Chief Justice Martha Koome has encouraged Kenyans to embrace alternative justice system as a way of resolving disputes and helping decongest the law courts. Speaking during the official opening of the Kamwangi Law Courts in Gatundu North, Kiambu County, Koome said alternative dispute resolution is more affordable and less time-consuming than pursuing justice through the courtrooms. At the same time, the Law Society of Kenya has urged the judiciary to stamp its authority as a custodian of justice.
Justice is not limited to courtrooms, but can be sought within our families. The families here, the religious institutions, in our marketplaces and our workplaces and community gatherings. Those are centers of justice. We are championing the alternative dispute resolution methods, such as mediation and alternative justice system.
Kamwangi Law Courts comes as a great reprieve to the fight against drug abuse, Chang'aa, mostly in our villages here in Gatundu North, and more so, it helps finalize the numerous accusation cases currently lying in courts and mostly the victims of Karimeno Dam compulsory acquisition program.
The Busia County Department of Health and Sanitation has signed a memorandum of understanding with the Lupe University School of Health Sciences to boost the medical training. During the signing ceremony, Busia County Deputy Governor Arthur Odera emphasized their commitment to support medical education by providing access to hospital facilities for practical training.
We're not signing it because it's nice to put pen to paper. We're signing it because we want certain outcomes out of this. We want outcomes for the university. We want outcomes for the health department and the Lupe Sub-County Hospital. We want outcomes for the communities that we serve.
Our vision here is to be a health providing institution that grows the staff for health services and at the same time works with other disciplines to grow a science-based university.
And now welcome to the world of business. A delegation of French investors are in Kenya scouting for business opportunities in key sectors such as fintech, agriculture, green technologies and renewable energy trade. Principal Secretary Alfred Okumbundo says that the rising investor confidence will provide Kenyan businesses with funding for expansion and facilitate the transfer of advanced technologies as well as enhance access to European markets.
Largest investors in Kenya and therefore also contributes to the transfer of technology, infusion of capital and creation of new partnerships for local businesses. Kenyan entrepreneurs are also leading the charge. sometimes globally, with their innovation and with their contribution in several sectors. We are here to improve our export performance, but also to illuminate new sectors, particularly those in the services sector.
The French see Kenya as an investment partner. We want to bring that together. We want to amplify. We want to raise these numbers. I think also the French people and French entrepreneurs are truly impressed by the innovative nature and the dynamism of the Kenyan entrepreneurs.
Because what we do as a French Public Investment Bank is supporting entrepreneurship both in France and in Africa. And we have identified that French entrepreneurs have a lot to learn from Kenyan entrepreneurs when it comes to fintech, to technology-driven supply chains, for instance.
The objective is that Equity has been very, very successful with funding small and medium enterprises. But our medium enterprises are now becoming large enterprises and corporates. They need significant capabilities. So we are collaborating to provide trade finance products to the businesses.
If you look at what's happening in Naivasha, some of the really big companies who are bringing in new innovative ideas into the agriculture space. So we're very excited about that. Secondly, with this partnership that we're doing, allows Kenyan companies to export to France. So it's becoming a big export market. It's going to grow. And I think this is a two-way traffic.
A business incubation program tailored for women entrepreneurs in agribusiness, ICT and blue economy is being rolled out in efforts to empower women-led enterprises. The Deputy Director for Trade, Catherine Githinji, says there is a need to strengthen partnerships between public and private institutions focusing on mentorship women entrepreneurs.
Most women-led enterprises face a myriad of challenges, among them access to capital and sourcing of key skills they need to run their businesses. To address the skills set challenge, the COMESA Federation of Women Business has rolled out a business incubator.
We are trying to grow a COMESA circle because one of the things that is that the financial instruments now are so expensive. I mean, no one can afford the interest rates that we have. But if we can have a grassroots circle movement that is supported by COMESA, you can start seeing women accessing money that is a bit more affordable.
In addition, the COMESA Federation of Women Business will facilitate the entrepreneurs to access the funding through its credit guarantee scheme.
COMFWIB is one of the programs that COMESA supports. So to answer you, yes, the government supports, and it's fully in the know of what is happening in COMESA, and definitely they're going to have a share of what they need to be supported in.
Under the program, entrepreneurs will also be offered business advisory, access to information, technical assistance, and facilitation to market their products.
This is a vehicle, COMFWIB and FORWEC are vehicles for value addition for women who are doing business. So we're encouraging women that just show up, and you'll find a vehicle where you can grow your business.
Frederick Muki for Lunchtime News.
Kenya Electricity Generating Company KENGEN has started talks with the government to be licensed to start exploration of geothermal in new fields as it targets to add over 800 megawatts to the national grid in 10 years. KENGEN Geothermal Development Manager Peketsa Mangi says this is in line with Kenya's target of ensuring all electricity is generated from green sources by the year 2030.
Was commissioned way back in 1981, and over time, because of age, we have decided to rehabilitate it and to also increase the capacity.
For us here at Okaria specifically, there are plans to enhance the generation capacity of Okaria 1 additional unit 4 and 5 by changing the turbines so that we're able to get about 40 megawatts. We'll develop the other capacities at Eburu. I talked about the 25 megawatts upgrade.
Now, plans are underway to establish the Kenya Tea Trade Mission, which will be spearheaded direct marketing of Kenyan tea in international markets and help reduce reliance on the Mombasa auction to sell local produce.
Been relying on the Mombasa tea auction to sell local produce. However, Agriculture Principal Secretary Dr. Paul Rono says the price being offered at the Mombasa tea auction is too low and does not represent good value for money for farmers.
We can position tea in such a way that our tea crop is seen as a key pillar towards transforming the economy, not only for this country, but for the rest of the countries who are growing tea. And that is possible.
He therefore says instead of Kenya relying on the Mombasa tea auction, the country is in the process of establishing the Kenya Tea Trade Mission that will market tea to existing and new foreign markets. He says the team at the Kenya Tea Trade Mission will market Kenyan tea across the world instead of depending on prices offered at the auction.
And we want to assure the farmers that we are doing our best to look for new market so that we can continue producing tea, which can be profitable to everybody across the beverage chain.
In addition, Dr. Rono says government is establishing common user facilities for smallholder tea farmers to package and brand their produce to fetch higher prices in the international market.
Government has put up a program to assist smallholder farmers and the factories and the players in the sector, the MSME, to package their tea in what we call the common user facility. Which one is in Kericho Ketepa, another one will be placed in Nairobi, and the people of Mombasa also asked for one.
He says Kenyans, especially the youth, are being sensitized on taking tea to boost consumption from the current about 10% of all tea produced in the country.
And now let's directly jump into the world of sports, where Harambee Stars head coach Ening Firat believes they will come out victorious in tonight's match against Zimbabwe to boost their chances of qualifying for next year's African Cup of Nations finals. Both teams are battling for the remaining Group J ticket to the 2025 tournament. Kenya started their campaign with a barren draw against Zimbabwe before they beat Namibia 2-1 to add to their tally to 4 points, 4 adrift of the Warriors, while Cameroon have confirmed their place with 11 points with a match to go against Zimbabwe. They beat Kenya 4-1 and 1-0 in both legs before they were held to a barren draw by Namibia this week. Harambee Stars must win their remaining encounters against Zimbabwe and Namibia to book their ticket to the 2025 African Cup of Nations. A draw, on the other hand, will be enough for Zimbabwe to qualify. Don't miss this action that will be live on KBC Channel 1, of course, from 7 p.m. this evening. They try to qualify for the 2025 AFCON showpiece tournament. Now, the Carthage Eagles of Tunisia booked their ticket to the 2025 African Cup of Nations when they beat Madagascar 3-2 in the qualifiers as Rwanda lost 1-0 to Libya. The Super Eagles of Nigeria are also through after their 1-1 draw with Benin in Group D. In other qualifying matches, Niger thrashed Sudan 4-0 in Group F as South Sudan beat Congo 3-2 to hand them their first win in Group K. Senegal beat Burkina Faso by a solitary goal to enhance their chances.
Corner taken short. Whipped in. And Benin opened the scoring through Mohamed Tijani. Well, a bolt from the blue for the team in yellow. And look at what it means to the Benin fans in the stands. Victor Osimhen off the pitch. A temporary numerical advantage for Benin, and they made full advantage. Swept into a good area, but nobody anywhere near Tijani. Lukman operates best when he's got space to run it. Defenders run at the fullbacks. He had that in the first half.
To Europe now, where Italy and France are through to the quarter-finals of the UEFA Nations League. The Azzurris beat Belgium by a solitary goal thanks to Sandro Tonali, who scored his first international goal. France was held to a goalless draw by Israel as England beat Greece 3-0. Norway thrashed Slovenia 4-1. Portugal will face Poland as Scotland hosts Croatia in tonight's fixtures. And now finally, world number 1 Yannick Sinner advanced to the semi-finals of the ATP final tournaments after he beat Russia's Daniil Medvedev in straight sets of 6-3 and 6-4 in the final round of the men's singles. In another match, world number 5 Taylor Fritz defeated Australia's Alex in straight sets of 6-4 and 6-3. And now that concludes our coverage this afternoon. Do join us in our subsequent bulletins at 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. But you can always find more on our webpage or www.kbc.co.ke. My name is Abdiaziz Hashim. The sign language interpreter at the bottom end of the screen is Brian Muraru. Good afternoon for now.
Say bye-bye to FOMO, the fear of missing out, by downloading the KBC Online app that gives you access to everything you love. Get the latest news, sport, music, entertainment news, live radio, and so much more at the palm of your hands. To get the app, simply search KBC Mobile Digital App in your Google Play or App Store and download the app. Catch what you want, anytime, anywhere. Stay connected. Stay ahead with KBC Mobile Digital App.
Wiki hii kwenye Mkulima tutajifunza kuhusu ukuzi wa cricket. Kisha tuangazie kilimo cha black soldier fly, yaani inzi chuma.
Mimi hulea BSF. Wadudu wenyewe ndio hawa. Huwa nawalisha avocado, machungwa, nyanya na hata melon.
Usikose kujumuika nasi Jumamosi saa 10:30 upate uhondo kamili.
Unako kwenda wewe mimi senti. Kisha senti sana. Nilionileta hapa kukushauri wewe twende zetu hospitali. Ukaangalia hali ya mtoto. Lakini kama ni uko mimi, darling senti. Wewe nenda, ukirudi unaambie. Wewe wafikiri mambo yote unayofanya huko mtaani ambao unaonekana nao ambao uko nani ambaye hayajui. Wewe sio umeathirika wewe, nini Zito wewe?
Tuingie ndani tu.
Tuingie ndani tufanye nini Zito? Kila ambacho tutakuongea kiongelele hapa nje. Siingie ndani mimi.
Kwa nini umeenda nyumbani kwangu ukachukua gari langu bila mimi mwenyewe kujua? Tumezungumza lini kuhusu mambo na magari?
Zito ameenda nyumbani kwa manager akamwona bibi yake na akachukua gari bila idhini ya manager. Leo hii.
Just do it quickly and painless.
Watu wangapi wanajua hii maneno?
Ni yeye, mimi na wewe tu.
Hiki tunataka iwe kati yangu na wewe.
Nishapata solution ile job. Kwa vitu na JMO hauniambii, zikisha backfire ndio unanikumbuka. Let's go, toka. Kuja kunipigia simu, hii si nyumba yako. Twende. You know, ni poa kama hawa uwakute mapema before wakukute.
Tamaliza kabla hajatumaliza.
Kabla umfikie. Na kwa nilishakamaliza kitambo.
You're not ready for what's coming your way.
You know what? Jackie needs to be taught a lesson. Jackie needs to be taught how to shut up.
Nini? Ndamaliza mmoja kwa mwingine.
Thank you.
For what?
For being the voice of reason when I need it.
Hello and welcome to the 77% show. My name is Edith Kimani and this week we're coming to you from Kenya's capital and one of the country's culture hubs, Nairobi. On this special edition show, we'll meet young people from all over the continent who've dedicated themselves to improving our lives. Passionate musicians, dancers, and all-around creatives. Here's what we've lined up for you. We get to see the bigger-than-life sculptures of Nigerian artist Dotun Popola. We hear the sounds of Congo through special custom-made instruments. And in Kigali, Rwanda, we meet break-dancing pioneers who teach us a move or two. As mentioned earlier, Nairobi is a hub for creatives and it's become a backdrop for young talents creating content for their viewers. So we'll be speaking to some of them later, but first, let's take a little detour to the Nigerian town of Ile-Ife, where Dotun Popola, a true master of his craft,